The trash tossed into a dumpster goes through a long journey that normally ends in a landfill. A landfill is a place where waste and disposable materials are stored. Landfills, in the past also known as dumps, were unmonitored, easily bred contamination, and attracted disease-carrying pests. Today, landfills are regulated, and waste management employees go through several steps to safely store waste. Some of the byproducts of trash decomposition that normally would pollute the atmosphere, like methane, are now being captured and used to generate energy. The most recent report from the EPA in 2015 found that Americans created 262.4 million tons of trash a year. The massive amount of trash produced makes proper waste management crucial to ensure a safe, clean environment for all. Heavy machinery like bulldozers and compaction equipment are used to compress the trash and place it in the landfill. A 6-inch layer of dirt covers the cell after it's made and is then compacted once more. This layer helps contain odors and prevents unwanted pests. Some landfills are considering alternatives like tarps or cement emulsions to save space. And the liner system is the bottom layer of the landfill, and that consists of a liner that keeps trash and byproducts separate from the environment and groundwater. Some facilities use more than one type, but at any landfill you will find at least one of the liners. There are, of course, different types of garbage trucks that hold different amounts of waste. The truck that comes through your neighborhood can hold anywhere from about 12 to 14 tons of waste by itself. In a 2009 article from Jacksonville.com, Adam Asen writes that experts say landfill forensic searches aren't easy. And for homicide investigators, it's one of the most difficult searches to make, sifting through mounds of garbage in hopes of finding leads. The experts go on to say searching a landfill for criminal evidence can be difficult because there's so much risk of contamination. The article goes on to say Ross Gardner, a national forensics expert based in Oklahoma, said it's usually easy to know where to start looking because most landfills are strictly organized into cells by location and date. Gardner goes on to say if it's not a well-organized search, then it's kind of a poke and hope, said Gardner, a former Army crime scene investigator and chief of police in Lake City, Georgia. But even at an organized site, landfill searches are a huge challenge. Almost as soon as debris is spread atop the dump, it's compacted by steel-wheeled rollers. By the end of the first day, it will usually be covered with soil to control odors. Even in a fresh situation, you're most likely going to have to do some excavation. Paul Laska, a forensic consultant in Palm City as a crime scene investigator, he spent a month in 1993 excavating a Martins County landfill looking for a little girl's body. And it can mean bringing in cadaver dogs trained to sniff for human remains to help narrow the search. Once crews find debris from the right day and hauler, the search can become more like an archaeological excavation, material being sifted through delicately despite the damage already done by daily landfill operations. And it can be difficult to recognize meaningful evidence in a small mountain of twisted refuse and decay. And if and when a body is discovered, it can be difficult to preserve DNA evidence. Even if investigators move slowly and carefully, most of the evidence can be contaminated before search crews even arrive. Though evidence of sexual abuse inside the body may be preserved, Gardner said anything on the exterior of the body might not hold up as evidence because so much trash gets mixed together. Debris surrounding the body could be connected to the case, such as gloves or a piece of clothing, but that can be very hard to prove.
Ron Allen and Devin Seabury are the last two suspects accused in the murder of 22-year-old Evan Young. They made their initial appearance in court Thursday afternoon, bringing the number of suspects charged in the death of the Milwaukee rapper to 5. Police are now turning their attention to finding the body. They have taken possession of a dumpster on Milwaukee's north side, where one of the suspects told police they dumped the body and set it and the dumpster on fire. But police say no one in the area around 6100 North 84th Street sounded the alarm.
There was evidence of some fire within that dumpster, sir, yes.
So it likely didn't burn very long.
That's unknown to me here. All I can tell you is that Milwaukee Fire Department was not summoned to the scene.
Early next week, police will start searching a local landfill. While it has been 3 weeks since the murder and the landfill is huge, investigators are confident specially trained dogs and some unique equipment will give them a good chance.
That's quite an effort that we are going to be undertaking with the private sector. The Milwaukee Police Department will be utilizing some very large equipment with personnel to try to remove garbage. We also are going to be deploying cadaver dogs in an effort to identify the exact location where that victim may be.
Tonight, authorities are searching a Greenville County landfill after reports that a woman dumped the body of a 6-month-old baby in a dumpster. According to investigators now, the baby was reportedly put in a dumpster in the small town of Johnston. That is in Edgefield County and about 20 minutes from Batesburg-Leesville. That dumpster has since been taken to the Greenville landfill.
This is not something that's going to be done in 20 or 30 minutes. This is going to take time because this is a recovery operation. And we have to be respectful of the fact that we are looking for a body.
Law enforcement telling us tonight they first received the tip over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. We hope to have an update tonight at 11.
And we will look as diligently as we can and also as respectfully as we can because we are looking for the body of a child.
Now, we do know one person is behind bars tonight in Edgefield County, but they are not facing charges from SLED at this point. Investigators also tell us they are looking for evidence that may lead to charges down the road.
Glendale police and the FBI now leading a massive landfill search to find the remains of 5-year-old Jessie Shockley. She's the Glendale girl who's been missing now for 4 months, and a search team is expected to arrive in about an hour there at the landfill. ABC 15's Kimberly Chang already on the scene at the Butterfield station in Mobile. Kimberly, good morning. I understand they're targeting a specific section, and they do believe that Jessie's body is somewhere in there.
Really one of the biggest questions in this investigation. Everybody wants to know, how did Jerice Hunter get her kids back after she had served prison time for abuse?
That's right. Some of the answers are in this police report released by Phoenix Police today. It says that while Jerice Hunter spent 4 years in prison for abusing her children, Jessie stayed with a couple of different family members, but when her mother was released, Jessie was sent back home. The report shows that Shirley Johnson, the grandmother of Jessie, didn't want to care for the kids anymore, saying that it was too much work. An aunt also cared for Jessie, but because no official custody arrangement was made, Jessie was sent back to her mother. The report also shows that Jerice Hunter married a convicted child molester who reportedly molested one of her children. The report did not say which one. He is now in prison. So several family members knew about the abuse but gave the children back. Phoenix police forwarded the information to Glendale police. Glendale police gave it to CPS. The CPS director talked to us about his workers late last week.
99% of the time, they get it right. Is that we have the unfortunate circumstances where sometimes it doesn't happen as we would want, and there are tragic consequences.
To be clear, a lot of the information in this report comes from a concerned family member, who did file a police report. Jessie has been missing for nearly 2 months now. Police no longer believe she is alive. Reporting live in Glendale.
Yes, Connie, think about it. Police must be pretty confident that her body is here if they've coordinated a search of this magnitude. Now, just to give you some perspective, the trash is about 20 feet deep. That's the distance between you and me right now. That's how far searchers will have to dig. Now, Butterfield landfill is the largest in Arizona. We're talking 6,000 tons of trash here. The specific area is 180 feet by 200 feet. Now, police believe Jessie's body was put in a trash bin in Tempe, which was later dumped here. More than 40 people will search 8 hours a day. We're told searchers have had to go through training and medical tests. Many are sworn officers. Now, police are calling this an active homicide investigation. You may remember Jessie's mother, Jerice Hunter, has been a primary focus. And despite this search, Hunter's attorney tells me Hunter believes Jessie's body is not here. She thinks Jessie is still alive, and he also questions